So I realized that I had to either, seek their esteem, or I was going to have to leave the church. And the reason why I left was in large part because I wanted the esteem of other people more than, I wanted a relationship with God or to know God. And so I know I'm kind of talking in circles here, but getting back to when I was 25, all these things are starting to become evident to me, starting to see the truth of all these things. Christianity is not what I thought it was. It's not this thing for just backwards, ignorant people, which is something that I had been telling myself for several years. And I also started to realize that the primary reason that I had left, it wasn't because there were problems with the church or there were problems with what I was being taught. It had a lot more to do with my own self and my own, sinful inclinations and desires. So I'm about 25 at this point. I realized that I need to start going back to church. And so I did that, started to read theology, started to try to figure out what I thought about a whole host of things. And that took a long time. It took several years of working through different questions and reading different authors. I thought when I first came back to Christianity, I thought that the Christianity I had grown up with just wasn't going to work for me. I knew that in some ways there was truth there and there was value there, but I also felt like because those things that I just described were missing from it, the intellectual aspects of the faith, the interest in historical matters, the interest in creeds, the interest in theology, things like that, since those weren't really present or they hadn't been emphasized, I came to feel like a different type of Christianity was going to be something that I was going to have to find. And so I was just reading a lot of different things. I was open to pretty much anything at that point. I was exploring lots of different writers and thinkers. And eventually I decided that what I was really looking for was something that was biblical, that was Catholic, that was confessional, and that was Christocentric. So I'd say those four things were key or crucial to me.